Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. Not so much a recipe today as really a kick in the pants to try something new. We're going to do a roasted vegetable, but we're going to do roasted vegetables with sumac on it. Sumac is wonderful. It's hard to describe. It's got kind of a tangy citrus flavor. It's wonderful, and it's used in a lot of different types of cookery, a lot of different styles of cookery. It was used by a lot of the indigenous peoples here before Europeans arrived. But there are varieties of this that grow in Europe, around the Mediterranean, North Africa, Asia. It grows everywhere, or varieties of it grow everywhere, and so it's been used in cooking pretty much worldwide. Doesn't show up in a lot of North American cooking at this point. And I'm sure in the time that I've been talking about sumac, someone has completely zoned out and they're already typing down in the bottom, don't eat sumac, it's poisonous. It's true. In North America, there is something called poison sumac. Not related to this at all, other than, unfortunately, when a botanist first arrived here in North America, he misnamed the poisonous variety. But from a biological standpoint, they are not related at all. They're different genus. They don't look the same. They don't have the same leaves. They don't have the same flowers. They don't have the same seeds. They're not the same at all. So I invite you to try some sumac. I've got a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of this jug. I'm going to put the sumac in, some salt, some ground black pepper, and give that just a little bit of a whisk. Okay, so in this bowl, I'm going to put some sliced vegetables. So I've got red onion, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, and of course, Brussels sprouts. As always, of course, use the mix of vegetables that you like or what's available to you during the season that you're in, whatever. We'll put the oil and sumac on top, and so there's several varieties of sumac that grow in our neighborhood and are close around us, and I grew up with it as a child everywhere. You can just go out and pick it. Red fruiting body flower kind of sticks up from the tree. You dry it, you grind it, and you can use it. But I would say that if you don't know much about plants, get a reputable book about edible plants that you can forage before you go out. The internet is littered with incorrect information. I did a quick search before starting this and looked at dozens upon dozens of Google pictures that mislabeled edible as poison and poison as edible. They're two completely different plants. You'll know them when you see them, but make sure you know what you're doing. And if you're someone typing down below, don't eat it, don't eat it, it's poison, you probably shouldn't be out there foraging. Okay, baking tray with some parchment paper. The oven is preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll get these in a single layer. So this is going to take maybe 20, 30 minutes to cook. About halfway through, give it a shake, give it a stir. Just keep your eye on it. You'll know that it's done by looking at it, tasting it, poking it with a fork, rather than believing in a timer. Timer's just sort of a guideline. And this would be a perfect time if you've got a fan oven to use the fan. I have a fan oven and I never turn it on. Maybe I will. So, fan roast. Okay, let's turn the oven to 400 then. Let's see what happens.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, you got some of my favorite foods there.
So,
Vegetables.
oh,
That's very pretty. Oh, you have a fork.
I'm gonna get a Brussels sprout. Oh,
That's quite nice.
it's very light.
got a nice flavor profile.
Yeah. It's a very light flavor, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I probably could have used much more of the sumac.
Just try not to eat it all.
Citrusy. It's got like a citrus tang to it. I really like that.
That's lovely, Glenn. Thank you. I like that. Don't be surprised.
That's going to Julie's book club tonight.
I'm
So-
trying not to eat it all.
So we can't eat anymore. It's going to Julie's book club tonight. So that's the kind of thing. Sheet pan dinner, right? Some salmon on top of that would be really good. I mean, it was 25 minutes in the oven. It's the kind of thing where you could put another protein on top.
You can throw chickpeas in.
Chickpeas would be great. I was just about to say that, but I didn't get a chance. Chickpeas would be great. There's other ways to take this and make it into an entire meal instead of just as a side dish, but as a side dish, that's fantastic. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around to the end. Thanks for watching to the very end of the video, and thanks for watching this next little bit. Once again, in 2025, I am raising money for Hope Air and participating in the Give Hope Wings flight across Canada that both raises funds for the Hope Air charity, but also raises awareness in the various communities that we stop in, and in the wider community through you, that this service exists and that this need needs to be met. Hope Air is a charity that allows Canadians who need healthcare that is not available in their community to travel to the larger cities in Canada where that need can be met. Canada geographically is a massive country, and some communities are pretty far flung, and people end up having to drive 12, 14 hours to get to where the treatment exists that they need. And while healthcare in Canada is universal, any Canadian shows up at the door of the hospital, care is freely given. You have to get to the hospital, or you have to get where the treatment is administered. And for a lot of people, this can be a very difficult time in their life. They're juggling a lot of things. They may not have the financial resources to fly to Toronto and put themselves up in a hotel room for a couple of nights and meals and so on and so forth. And Hope Air is a charity that takes care of that, takes that burden away, takes that weight off of people's shoulders, and allows them to just get well. So my part in this is to raise awareness and to raise money. I work with other pilots who fly some of these people who are seeking treatment from smaller flying communities to larger centers like Thunder Bay, where they can get a commercial airliner that will take them to Toronto or Winnipeg, so on and so forth. And over the last couple of years, we've raised a lot of money for Hope Air. Last year alone, you donated around $40,000 to help out with this cause. I'm very grateful for that. I feel very blessed that we have created a community here on YouTube, amongst everything else that's going on in the world, where we can help people. So once again, I'm doing this. Once again, we're flying. I will be putting the itinerary down in the description box of the places we're going to be in early June, where you can stop in and we can meet. Also links to Hope Air Charity so that you can check them out, see what they do. And if you're moved to help, there will be a link to the fundraising page. For everyone who has given in the past, I thank you enormously. And everyone who is about to give, thank you.